Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled, "Baby, It's Hot Outside." It examines how a dangerous heat dome is gripping much of the United States, affecting millions of people. The story highlights rising climate risks, urban vulnerability, and the urgent call for adaptation. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. Before we examine what happened, it helps to consider a larger theme that gives us context. This will guide how we understand the story that follows. Building on this broader perspective, let's focus on the theme of extreme heat and resilience. Heat waves test not only physical endurance, but also the capacity of cities and societies to adapt. When nighttime offers no relief and daily routines collapse, communities must find new ways to protect the vulnerable. From cooling centers to climate-smart infrastructure, responses to heat reveal the balance between survival and sustainability. Understanding these dynamics shows us that climate change is not a distant threat. It is reshaping daily life now. Should governments declare heat waves as natural disasters to unlock emergency funding and protection measures? Extreme heat is often underestimated compared to hurricanes or floods, yet it kills more people annually than almost any other weather event. Declaring heat waves as natural disasters could unlock funding, trigger emergency protocols, and ensure protection for vulnerable groups such as the elderly, outdoor workers, and low-income families. On the other hand, such declarations may strain limited resources as climate-related crises are becoming more frequent. Critics also worry about disaster fatigue, where constant alarms reduce public responsiveness. Still, the benefits are clear. When heat is recognized as a systemic threat, governments are compelled to prepare cooling centers, enforce labor protections, and invest in green infrastructure. Ultimately, the question is whether we treat heat as a private inconvenience or a public crisis. Recognizing it as the latter might be the only way to prevent future summers from becoming unbearable. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with swelter. It means to suffer or be oppressed by intense heat. In the article, millions of Americans are sweltering under a heat dome. Here is an example. Crowds sweltered in the stadium as temperatures climbed above 38 degrees Celsius. Next, we have respite. It means a short period of relief from something unpleasant or difficult. In the article, nighttime heat offered no respite for city dwellers. Here is an example. The rain provided a brief respite from the scorching heat. Finally, let's look at aberration. It means something that deviates from the normal or expected pattern. The article says these heat waves are no longer an aberration, but the new normal. Here is an example. His sudden outburst was an aberration from his usually calm behavior. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. A dangerous heat dome has engulfed much of the United States, exposing over 130 million people to extreme conditions with heat indices approaching 47 degrees Celsius. Wildfire smoke from Canada worsens the crisis, while urban heat islands trap nighttime heat. Vulnerable groups face the highest risks, prompting cities to open cooling centers and adjust work hours. Experts warn such blistering summers are becoming the norm, urging urgent climate adaptation measures. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is engulfed. It means completely surrounded or swallowed up. The second answer is indices. It refers to numerical measures here indicating levels of heat stress. The third answer is vulnerable. It describes groups more likely to be harmed or at risk. The fourth answer is blistering. It means extremely hot or intense. The fifth answer is adaptation. It refers to adjustments made to cope with new conditions. Well done, everyone! We've explored how heat domes impact health, cities, and climate policy, and we've learned key vocabulary to describe these changes. This article reminds us that climate change is not abstract. It's already reshaping our daily lives. So here's a question to reflect on. Do you agree with planting more street trees as a primary strategy for mitigating extreme heat? We'll revisit this in our next review session. Until then, keep reflecting and take care.